Hey, so everyone may be turning on your TVs and you see people rioting in the streets and you shake your head. What the hell is wrong with them? And then you hear a vice mayor in Los Angeles County named Cynthia Gonzalez, and she's calling on violent street gangs to, what do you call it? Join in on the action, so to speak. Your jaw drops. What the hell is wrong with her? Does she think that they're gonna come with signs and do things peacefully? So I was just thinking in deep thought. Are they just stupid? Or are they mentally ill? It could be both, but who knows? However, some of these so-called rioters think that getting violent on this country's streets in the guise of so-called protesting is going to stop deportations in this country. They are just plain old delusional. ICE is going to do their jobs. It's not going to stop anything. They are just making fools of themselves. So I'm just dumbfounded. And since the end of World War II, the crime rate has gone through the roof slowly. And I'm going to put up this real quick and as a guide here. So, after World War II, crime rates increased, peaking in the early 1990s. This particularly for violent crimes, which quadrupled since 1960. So, after the 1990s, these violent crimes declined. So, 1960s through 1990s, crime rates, particularly violent crimes, rose significantly. So, I remember growing up, 80s, 90s, in some places, murder rates, the annual murder rate was over 200, 400. And things were a mess. One mayor, Mayor Koch, or whatever you want to call him, Koch, he got voted out of office, and then we get Rudy Giuliani as mayor of New York City, and he cleaned up the place. I don't think that had anything to do with it. I think, in my mind, in the 1990s, the criminal justice system realized that a good 2/3 of these criminals, repeat offenders to the criminal justice system, were mentally ill, and they started to treat the cause of the return trips to prison. They started to medicate them, started treatment, along with them serving their jail time. And there was a drop. along with tougher sentencing laws that were put in place. So, what caused this increase tick since after World War II? Nobody knows for sure. In the 1800s, turn of the century, there was lack of industrialization in the world. In the late 1700s into the 1800s, they're getting railroads up and running. Then came factories. Some started polluting waterways. The Hudson is filthy. You can't even use it for drinking water. Some other waterways and lakes are polluted. They started using chemicals on farms. So does this have anything to do with it? Maybe. Maybe it's another cause. Then we had smokestacks coming out of factories. Trees were being cut down. That's one theory. I'm sure you'll have another theory. Nobody knows what causes mental illness. In the 1830s and 1840s, they came up with lithium, which is actually a salt. And then over time, they came up with new mental health medications. And then and more people were getting diagnosed after World War II, and it kept going. So we're making the healthcare industry is making enormous strides towards mental health breakthroughs, and this just dumbfounds me. People rioting in the streets, rebels without a cause. They don't accomplish nothing. When did violence ever cause positive social change? It never did. I can't think of one time a riot caused positive change. Something to think about. So the pollution is just a theory, and this is no excuse for people committing crimes. If you actually commit the crime, you can go to a prison, and there's a good reason why we have the system that we do in America. In order to plead insanity, you need to know the difference between right and wrong, and you have to know you have to show that you didn't know what you're doing at the time. Otherwise, you go to prison. But there are plenty of mentally ill people in jail, and to be honest with you, most people that walk through those doors in the courtroom, there's something mentally wrong with most of them. So there's my take on this issue. Please leave your thoughts and opinions in the comments. And I hope to see you next time.